Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gyan Bhambani, and I am the host of the Entrepreneurship Insights Podcast. This afternoon, we are here with Netflix success Wendy Imasuen, an astounding filmmaker and producer. Wendy is the man behind the movie success Omogero the Saga. His work continues to wow everyone who watches his movies and TV shows. It's a pleasure to have you on the podcast today, Wendy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely. So, can you give us some background into your work? How did you discover filmmaking and production, and what's kept you going at it?
Um, I studied theater and media arts at the university, and after which I proceeded to the Nigerian Film Institute, where I had a little study of cinematography for an outreach program, of which I made a movie while at Nigerian Film Institute, and the film won an award at the Nigerian Students Film Festival in 2006. So I happen to have a cousin in Nollywood. He's a director while I was in school. So by the time I graduated, I came into Lagos to meet him, and he taught me production management. His name is Lancelot Oduwa Imasuen. He's a movie producer here in Nigeria. So I was with him for years. I understudied him. With him, I got to learn filmmaking. With him, I got to learn producing. With him, I got to learn production management. All right. And then after that, I worked with Lancelot from 2006 up until 2012. And then I moved to Enugu. Enugu is in Nigeria. And in Enugu, I worked with a director called Ernest Obi. So while I was with Ernest Obi, I became an assistant director. All right. And afterwards, I decided to go into producing. In Nigeria, it's really quite tough producing a movie because of finance, you know. So a friend of mine, Funke Akindele Bello, invited me over and we had a deal. So she wanted me to come work in her company as a producer. So great, I accepted the offer. I came into Lagos again from Enugu, and I started working with Funke's film production house called Sinwan Production. And on Sinwan Production, I produced Jennifer's Diary with Funke Akindele. I produced Amogeto the Saga, quite a number of TV series, Mama Put, quite a lot. And basically, that has been my journey into filmmaking. That has been my journey into producing. Quite frankly, I would say that making films, filmmaking has been quite very interesting for me. It's kind of my life. I live all my life as a filmmaker, and I enjoy it. I have this very strong passion for what I do. And basically, I love filmmaking. And I think now I begin to enjoy producing, maybe with the success Mogeto had. Now, let me say this. When I came on board to start working with Funke Akindele Bello, Funke already has a team. She has been in the industry for years. And I came in and I wasn't particularly, at first, I was not the producer. I was not supposed to, let me use that word, be the producer for Omogeto. But because of the way I work, if you give me a job to do, I take the job with passion and do it as if it's my personal job. So she was like, wow, you're good. I like the way you work. You deserve to be the producer for this job. And so I got a producer role. You get what I'm saying? So that was how I got the producer role for Omogeto. And I gave Omogeto my best shot. I'm happy today we are celebrating the success. Omogeto, the saga, happened to be the biggest, the highest grossing film in Nollywood that was in cinema. And now Omogeto is in Netflix. It's good. Omogeto will be in Netflix September 1st. It's not in Netflix yet. Netflix will start airing in September 1st. And I know that Omogeto, the saga, will do very well in Netflix.
Wow, that's just interesting how you started off with a passion and and your peers recognized that passion and gave you the opportunity for you to show your 100%, 110% and what you can do best, producing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And you have very high hopes for Omogeto, and I've read online that it's actually been out for 9 months now, right? And it has received amazing reviews, amazing, basically amazing
Yeah, yeah.
reviews from its viewers, right?
Very
And
true.
yeah, so just like you started 15, 20 years ago and you just continued with it and you just built it from a small opportunity to this big, your life's work, right? That's absolutely fascinating for me. Thank
Thank
you
you
for
very much.
sharing that. Yeah, yeah. So, what are your future plans in filmmaking? You've said you've directed, you've produced a few TV series, a few films. Uh, what do you want to do after this? Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years?
I want to produce a Hollywood movie. I think that right now I need to step up in my career as a filmmaker here in Nigeria. And right now, I think right now what I want to really do is to move into Nollywood. I want to produce a Nollywood film. I want to make a film in Hollywood, sorry. I want to produce a Hollywood film. I want to make films in Hollywood. I want to be able to go to Bollywood and make films. Yes, so I just don't want to be boxed here in Nigeria, in Nollywood. I want to be versatile. I want to be able to go to Hollywood, make a film, produce a film. I want to be able to go to Hollywood, make a film. You get what I'm saying? So basically, that's my dream. Every day I just pray, oh, this is what I really want to do. This is what I really want to do. And I know someday my dreams will come to pass. Just yesterday, I got a mail. Some company in Canada is inviting me over. They want me to be in their team. They're producing a movie right there in Canada, and they want me to be part of the producing team. Now, the movie is supposed to be a collaboration between the Canadians and Nigerians. So good. And I was picked. I got a mail yesterday, and I was like, wow, this is great. You get what I'm saying? So for me, I'm very excited. Yes, there are prospects, things are beginning to turn out, but that is really my dream, to be able to go to Hollywood, make a film, to be able to go to Bollywood, make a film. And not just making a film, to make a good statements with my film. Because I believe that as a filmmaker, I should be able to use my film to change the world, to change how people think, to heal people's hearts. Thank you.
Wow, that it's I really don't know what to say. You have some very feisty dreams, like because it's whatever anyone does, it's their inside, it's their dream to change the world in some way or the other, right? And you say you believe that you can change the world through what you do best, filmmaking
Yeah,
and producing, right? And you highlighted that you got an offer from Canada
yeah,
with a Canadian Nigerian collaboration, and
yeah,
and that's just an even bigger opportunity. Who knows what will come next, right? And slowly, every day every night you say you're praying that you will, uh, you're praying and you're reminding yourself what your true dreams are. And I feel like that is really important for an entrepreneur to keep that fire of motivation always lit, right?
very
Being
true,
able
very
to,
true.
yeah, being able to say, hey, I want to see myself here in 10 years. How can I, every day, how can I push myself forward to make those dreams become a reality? And from what you've told us, I'm pretty sure not in 5, 10 years, maybe even a few years, 3, 4 years, gonna get there. You're gonna take over Hollywood and Bollywood.
Yeah.
So could you give us a sneak peek into a current project that you're working on? As like you said, you have that you have that collaboration that you got invited to. Do you have anything else that you may be willing to give us a sneak peek?
All right. Right now, I am producing a TV series called My Siblings and I. Um, My Siblings and I is a TV series. It's been running for 4 seasons now. This is the fourth season. I came on board when My Siblings and I was in season 2. So I did season 2, season 3, and now I'm doing season 4. I'm producing. Right now, in the pre-production process of a movie. This is same a movie with Funke Akindele Bello. This is a movie with C1 Productions. The movie is titled She, S-H-E, She. So, and we'll be starting filming 13th September. Oh, yes. And right now, that's what I'm really doing. Since morning, I've been doing a series of script conferencing, location recce, and basically all of that pre-production process. Yes, and it's been quite very challenging for me. Um, Now I need to work with some new set of actors. I'm excited about the whole thing, and I just really want to give it my best shot.
Yeah, I'm sure you will, like you've done with Omogeru the Saga, like you've done
Thank
before.
you.
You've
Thank you.
you say whatever you've done, you have a passion behind it, and that is
Yes.
we can't stress the importance of having a strong passion that's let you continue with filmmaking and develop into a strong producer
Yeah.
after 25 years, right? And thank you for giving us a sneak peek into She. And you said there's a lot going on with filmmaking and producing, right? You have to pick a location, you have to work with new actors, right? Team building, and you have to build a script, right? What are you gonna say, right? You're just there, okay, you picked a location. What are you gonna say, right? So you've given us multiple facets into what a filmmaker and producer's job is really like. Thank you. So, I'm sure you may have had some difficult moments in your career. And how did you stay focused on your future successes, right? And how did you stay focused on your dreams and aspirations?
Yeah, I've had challenges. Um, First, there was a challenge of breaking in. You know, as a new blood coming into the industry, there's a challenge of breaking in. Do you get what I'm saying?
Uh,
When people really don't know you, where your CV, you have a very weak CV, so to say. You've not really done quite a number of big films, and that was quite very challenging, but I never relented. Okay. And again, there's a challenge of finance. Sometimes you, as a producer, you really want to tell some kind of stories. As a producer, you really want to make some kind of movies, but you are limited because of finance. In Nigeria, we go all out by ourselves as producers to look for money to make films. We don't have grants, governments really don't care, and sometimes raising these funds could be really, really very challenging. And again, like I said, it has a very huge impact to limiting your creative ability. Sometimes you want to tell some kind of stories as a producer, but you can't. You don't have the finance to, and you don't want to go and do trash. Do you get? So
Yeah,
basically,
definitely.
finance. Yes, finance is a huge challenge. And again, lastly, I want to say that for me, I come from like a minority tribe in Nigeria. Our major tribe in Nigeria seem to be Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, and I'm from none of these. You get what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
think again too, yes, for me, yes, tribe has been a huge challenge, but I'm happy that I've been able to pull through. I've been able to pull through. I've been able to pull through, but we just hope things get better. We hope we are able to access more grants as filmmakers to tell the kind of stories we want to. Nigeria seems to be on a negative side. I will explain what I mean by that. You see, most grants given to filmmakers don't really come to Nigerian filmmakers. So, like, I was to tell a story about breast cancer some time ago, and I wrote series of proposals. I sent to NGOs. I was looking for people to partner. Every day I was sending proposal, and nothing came out. Nobody supported the dream. Till date, that script is still there. It's a breast cancer awareness script that I felt I'll be able to educate and enlighten, especially those in the rural community in West Africa. But I've not been able to do it because of lack of funds.
Yeah, like that's the biggest problem of this century, that no one's ready to invest in creative invest in the next generation of creative entrepreneurs, right? But you said that your passion has kept you pushing through those challenges, pushing through those
Yeah,
obstacles,
yeah,
your uh, your passion to educate and enlighten the um, the people around you through your work, right? And
yeah,
this reminds me of small beginnings to big futures, right?
yeah,
And you're stepping your way up that ladder. You're stepping your way up that ladder, Wendy. From what I hear, you're like I'm gonna sit down on Netflix one day and I'm gonna see all my whole suggestion box just filled with your producing
Thank
your
you.
productions, right?
Thank
So
you.
yeah, so you've pushed ahead, and that too only with the help of your passion and your drive, and that's really important, right? Because in the times when people aren't going to fund your creative ideas, in the time where only your family is going to stick beside you, your passion is really important, right? And your example is the epitome of that observation. So knowing what you do now, would you do anything differently? Would you start earlier or change anything when you were starting out? What would you do differently if you were able to pick your own success story?
Whoa. Um, what would I have done differently? Um, if things had gone the way I planned it, by now I should be in Hollywood making a film. What I would have done differently is I would have long established my foot here in Nigeria. I had quite a number of opportunities while as a young filmmaker to establish my foot. But again, I was naive, I was scared, so I couldn't pick up some challenges as at that time. I couldn't pick up some opportunities as at that time. Yes, if given an opportunity, yeah, I would have taken that risk, and probably by now I'll be somewhere bigger than I think I am right now. But all the same, I'm happy where I am. I know someday my dreams will come true.
Yeah, definitely, right? You always have to stay modest and just remember where you're coming from, and
Yeah, yeah,
make make sure that stays with you, right? And you said
yeah.
that you were naive and scared, and that comes, and that comes with what you've been through. You said that you're from a minority tribe, uh, you're not recognized much, like you would have long established your foot, but I think that you've done the best that you have in whatever time that you have pursued filmmaking and production, right? And naive and scared, that goes away. Like right now, opportunities are coming into your wallet. You don't have to go look for them; they're coming into you, right? So, uh, and as you go on, as you pursue your interests, those opportunities get bigger and more voluminous. So amazing, right? And that even though you couldn't change where you came from, you can still use that to change your dreams or to pursue
Yeah,
your dreams further.
yeah,
So
true.
what is your advice for teens entering the filmmaking and producing field? Like, what must they be prepared to do? What must they do as young entrepreneurs?
For me, yes, I would say let your passion lead. That would be my strongest advice. Everything in life is not about money. I'll tell you a story. By the time I graduated from university, I graduated as one of the best students for my faculty. That was the Faculty of Arts at the Ambrose Ali University in Edo State, Nigeria. And on the day of my convocation, I was given an award as best graduating student in the Department of Theater and Media Arts. A bank, a bank called Zenith Bank in Nigeria invited me for an interview. And I went to the interview. At the end of the interview, I told them I don't want to work in the bank. The judges, they were shocked. Really? I said, yes. I said, yes. And they were like, why? I said, because I want to pursue my dream. Working in the bank will limit it. I want to be a filmmaker. I want to make films, not work in the bank. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I left, and everybody thought I was going crazy. Everybody thought I was mad. How could you? How could you leave a banking job? But again, I kept telling everybody, life is all about being happy. I'm very happy where I am. If I were to had worked in the bank, probably today I'll be miserable. So it's not about money. For young folks who want to make film, let your passion move you. Money will come. You will make money later. But at first, when you are starting, be very passionate with what you do and take every job. Take every job that comes your way. with all seriousness. Do every job, do every movie like your life depends on it. People will see you and recommend you for a bigger job. That has been my motto, and these are the words that has pushed me to where I am today.
That's possibly the biggest insight that I've gotten from this podcast. Do every job like your life depends on it, right?
Yes.
And automatically your effort from 50, 70% will become 120, 125%, right? You're dedicating, since your passion is leading you, that work, that job doesn't become a job anymore. It becomes play. It becomes something that you can spend hours doing, something that you can just lose yourself and produce a like a big skyscraper worth of work, right? And taking every opportunity that comes your way, right? And that's really important. Some people just give away opportunity, like you could have easily given away that bank opportunity, but that redefined your passion. That told you that redetermined your passion. That told you that, hey, filmmaking is my passion. I don't want to I don't want to be miserable working in a bank for the rest of my life. I want to be happy. Life is about being happy, right? And sometimes we just need that little nudge in that direction. And like like Wendy's example here, we can achieve wonders with what we can do, right? So amazing. Thank you for those pieces of advice.
Thank
And
you.
so okay, uh, so say people are producing movies. How do you stand out? How do if I were to be a producer and filmmaker, how do I make my movie stand out in an ever competitive media where there's hundred thousands of movies out there that you can watch?
Um, Basically, story. I believe in storytelling. Your story need to be something everybody wants to watch. So first and foremost, it's the story for me. Then the script. The script has to be good. Then again, I don't compromise um, wardrobe, set, special effects, makeup, costumes, props. I don't compromise all these things because again, these are the ingredients that will make your story strong. Then again, acting. This is where casting come into play. Get your cast right. Get your cast right. It's very important for filmmaking. You want to make an outstanding movie. First, your story. You need to work on your story and make sure your story is very good. Then your casting, who is playing what, is very important. Then again, hiring your crew. It's not about just making a movie. It's about getting the right hands to handle certain departments. Your cinematographer has to be good. Your wardrobe, makeup, set design, production design. All of these people need to come in with their A game. So most times I see some producer compromise in all of this. By the time you compromise, you don't get good crew, you don't have a good story, definitely your movie won't be that good. So by the time you put all of this into consideration, and at the end of the day, you'll just be smiling to the bank when your movie's out.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Um, I just summed it up into four S's and two C's, or sorry, three C's: the story, the script, the set, the special effects, and then for the C's, the casting, crew, and cinematography. Right?
Yeah.
That basically sums up everything about filmmaking and production, but not everything, maybe 50, 75%. The rest of it is how much effort you put in, how much effort your crew, your team puts in to make your dream of a movie into a reality, right? And and that's really important. Like you can take these four S's and three C's and put it to anything, filmmaking, real estate, uh, any other branch of entrepreneurship, right? Uh, you need to have an important story, right? Story, in other words, a passion or a drive to make your dreams a reality. And I feel like, as cliche as that sounds, that's usually how things turn out. And Wendy, you're a perfect example of
Thank you
how
very
things have,
much.
yeah. So, uh, sorry. Thank you, Wendy, for your time today.
You,
For your time, and it's really been a pleasure learning about your background, about about your where you want to be, and it's been a wonderful experience for me, and I'm for sure for everyone else who's listening, about you sharing your insights with everyone. And
thank
again, Wendy, I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your hectic schedule to just give us some insight about your work and your passion. Thank you again.
thank you. Thank you.